Hey everybody, I'm Matt.
And I'm Allie, and this is Gen X REWATCH. Welcome to your favorite father-daughter dive back into the VHS vault.
So we're going to review everything from Jaws to Deep Blue Sea to Star Wars A New Hope to Star Wars The Phantom Menace and go over all your favorite or maybe not so favorite movies, review them, give you trivia about them, and basically just talk about movies.
Yeah, hope you enjoy.
Hope you enjoy. Hey guys, we interrupt this podcast to bring you a quick little update.
The podcast name is no longer Gen X Rewind. Now it is Rewind Gen X Podcast with Matt and Allie.
Yes, because one of us forgot to check to see if that name was already taken. What are you doing with your finger? Anyway, whoops. Back to the regularly scheduled podcast. Today's movie, we're kicking off our podcast with one of our absolute favorites, and that is
The Goonies.
The Goonies.
Hey, Mike found a map! One-Eyed Willy! My dad told me all about him. See, One-Eyed Willy stole treasure once, and then he got into this cave, and he's been there ever since, trapped. You guys, just what if this map could lead to One-Eyed Willy's rich stuff?
All right, so basically we chose The Goonies because when we were deciding to do this, we both made a list of like 6 movies each that we wanted to kick this thing off, and The Goonies was at the top of both of our lists. So we're like, all right, well, that's a no-brainer. We're definitely going to start with The Goonies. First off, we're going to go over our grade for The Goonies. And then we'll talk about it. We'll go over the cast, and then we'll give you a little fun trivia about the movie, because who doesn't love trivia, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right, you want to go first?
No, you go first.
All right, so I gave it an A-. And I gave it because I love the movie so much. I think the story itself, so fun. Just a couple of kids going out, looking for an adventure. I think it's just so fun. It's such a classic to see when you're a kid. You love it so much. The whole family can enjoy it. And it's just such a great movie, and it really sticks with you. It lasts in your heart. So, yeah, A-.
All right, we're pretty close. I gave it a B+.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very close. So, everything you said, I agree with. It does have a few flaws. There's a couple of cringe scenes in there that I think I actually I thought they were cringy even back when I was a kid and saw it. I mean, this came out in 1985. I was born at the end of 73, so I was, I guess, 11 when this came out. I absolutely loved the movie, but there was 1 or 2 parts, even back then, I was like, and then definitely watching it from today's perspective, there's a few problematic things in there as well, but I think we're going to come across a lot of that in these movies.
Yeah,
the 80s definitely was a decade for being a little problematic by today's standards, but hey, it's a movie of its time. You got to watch it through that lens.
Yeah, of course.
And also for me especially, I got to try to watch these things without having rose-colored lenses, that term is, because I am so nostalgically and emotionally invested in these movies. I absolutely love them to death. And Allie here, a lot of people call her my mini-me because she also has such a love for these movies. And definitely I gave her a proper Gen X education. Yeah. So you want to start with the cast?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to go over the cast. I'm just going to go ahead and look up on my phone the cast and some of the stuff there. And some I remember, some I don't.
So we could start with the main kids.
Totally. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll start with Mikey, right?
Mikey, yeah, of course. Yeah.
So played by Sean Astin, who, me personally, being a giant Lord of the Rings fan, and I'm, of course, very disappointed that does not fall under our time frame for Gen X movies. It is in the 2000s. Maybe if this takes off and we do this long enough, maybe we'll do a special edition.
Spin-off.
Yeah, there you go, for like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter.
Yeah,
things
good.
like that. Okay. But for now, we'll keep it Gen X. And but yeah, Sean Astin, absolutely great as Samwise Gamgee in Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
He did that as an adult. And he was fantastic in it. Yeah. He's good in this. He's about as good as you can be in this, because I don't think they gave his character enough flavor. like they did some of the other kids.
Yeah.
But you know, he's like the main lead. And he, like I said, he does a pretty good job, especially for a kid.
For a kid, yeah, definitely a good child actor.
But yeah, him as Samwise Gamgee is just amazing. I think
That's true.
Samwise is the absolute hero of Lord of the Rings, more so than even Aragorn or Legolas or Gandalf. He is like the bravest, the most loyal.
Some people are going to debate you in the comments.
That's quite all right, but I am Samwise all the way. I love that rotund little best friend, because he is just the man in that book series / movie series.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I actually loved him in a few movies that do fall under this category of Gen X, which is I loved the movie Toy Soldiers. He was Toy Soldiers. It was a movie about like this private school that gets taken over by terrorists, and it's a little far-fetched, but most of these movies are. But he's terrific in it, and I also love him in Encino Man. He's like the straight man in that. That was Brendan Fraser's first movie, where he plays a caveman that gets unthawed, and he was, of course, everyone knows him from Rudy. Amazing sports movie, and you know, I'm not a big sports fan personally, but I love a good sports movie if it pulls on those heartstrings, and Rudy definitely falls under that category. It's something we'll have to
watch that one. Yeah.
For sure. Okay. And then so that's Mikey. Josh Brolin is billed next, and of course he's definitely the most famous out of everybody here. I mean, he really blew up, especially as an adult.
He's a big actor now, yeah.
Big time. I'm sure you can name at least 2 movies he's in.
I have to think about it, but
well,
definitely the Avengers. You know.
There you go.
Endgame.
There you go.
And
he's Thanos in the Avengers. Yeah. And then what was another Marvel film that he was in?
Another Marvel film?
Yeah, not part of the Marvel. Well, actually now it's part of the Marvel universe, but it wasn't at the time.
Was he in the
one of the more R-rated ones?
Fantastic? No.
I
don't know.
He was in Deadpool too.
Was he?
He played Cable.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he got pretty jacked for that role. So kudos to you. Kudos to you, Josh Brolin. So yeah, he was in a bunch of stuff. Grindhouse. He was in W. He played George W. Bush. Jonah Hex. Wall Street Money Never Sleeps, which I actually never saw. I didn't see the original either. I'm sure I'll get a lot of comments about that if people actually watch this. Like, you never saw Wall Street? How are you making this podcast? You never saw Wall Street? Just didn't really care about money and the stock market when I was a kid, and kind of still don't care about it as an adult. So yeah, just never really piqued my interest. But not to say we won't review it. You never know.
You never know.
But maybe not. No, anyway. Yeah. So yeah, good. A lot of movies, but we can't go over everything because he's in a ton of stuff. He is also No Country for Old Men. I can't leave that out. He's amazing in that movie. That movie definitely is just like one of those movies where, for me personally, I just couldn't believe towards the end. I'm like, what?
I've never seen it.
Spoiler alert! Like all of a sudden he's dead, and you don't even see him die. It's like off camera.
Yeah.
And they just say he's dead. I'm like, he's the main lead of the movie, and like, what? The movie's just bizarre. Amazing. Well put together. The Coen brothers are absolute geniuses, and I don't know if you can see back here this little poster of the dude and Walter. But I am a big Lebowski fan. We'll definitely get to that film at some point in time. Yeah. But love the Coen brothers. Anyway, moving right along, we have who do we have?
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman. Nice, good call. All right, so Corey Feldman. Definitely want to talk about him.
Great.
So here's the thing. He's amazing in this.
Really?
We were talking about maybe doing like a little thing where we go over, have a little like
MVP moment.
Like, who is the MVP of this movie? And for me, he's definitely in the top 3.
Definitely.
He is hilarious as
so
Muff.
good. And
so good.
For a child actor especially, he is just always making me laugh. I mean, it's so good. Yeah.
He's so good in this. He's so good in Stand By Me, which I know you haven't seen that yet. So that'll be fun to get her like fresh perspective. We can't say this was fresh because she's seen the Goonies a few times. But he's amazing in that too. He was a really good child actor. And then I think fame got to him and his relationship with Michael Jackson, because then he started dressing like Michael Jackson. And like even in the movies, he was dressing like Michael Jackson. I remember seeing him in Dream a Little Dream, where like, why is he dressed like Michael Jackson? It's just,
but I'm pretty
it's
sure
very,
they had a falling out.
Very bizarre.
Right?
Yeah, I think they became estranged, but I think he did go to his memorial. But
okay, that's nice.
But yeah, so Feldman definitely, I think, like Michael Jackson, became a victim of his fame and celebrity, and just kind of got a little eccentric. Yeah. And so it probably definitely had an effect on his career. But what an amazing actor he was in his younger days. Very talented.
Very enjoyable in this movie.
For sure,
really
for sure. So I did name a few of his movies already, but
one that we recently watched together was Lost Boys.
Yes,
that was a great movie. Yeah.
Great movie. We're definitely going to get to that.
Oh, we have to. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. So Lost Boys. He's great in that. License to Drive. Yeah, he had a thing with this actor called Corey Haim, who was in the Lost Boys. He was the younger brother.
Right.
They actually. We'll get to it in trivia, but Corey Haim has a little something to do with this movie too. Not in it, but you'll see. But yeah, so the two were very popular, and they were like the Coreys. They called them the Coreys, and they're in a bunch of movies together. I think like 6 movies.
They started in a lot of movies together.
They did. Yeah. They did. And admittedly, I was a fan. I was a fan of the Coreys, and I watched all their movies. Because hey, man, that was my generation. I make no apologies for it. I was a fan of the Coreys. I didn't have their, I didn't buy Teen Beat and put their pictures up in my bedroom. Yeah. See, there were these things called magazines back in the day. And Teen Beat was a magazine geared toward girls your age and even younger, with basically pictures of cute boys in it. And like girls would buy the magazine and put their pictures up on their bedroom wall. My friend Mary McCulloch, who lived across the street from me, definitely had Duran Duran all over her bedroom, and other guys as well. I back in those days, I also put magazine pictures up on my wall, but I mostly from Thrasher magazine. I was a big skater punk as a kid, or at least I thought I was. Yeah, I mean, you could borderline poser maybe, but I did have a skateboard, and I did skate all the time, and I tried my hardest. But definitely wasn't going to be in any skateboard videos, that's for sure.
Well, nowadays, if a girl thinks a guy is cute, she'll make a TikTok edit of him. So, how times have changed.
Yeah, TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so yeah, that's Corey Feldman. So definitely one of my MVPs of this movie. Jeff Cohen, who really didn't do much before or after this. He played Chunk. And
he was really great too.
He's so good. He was also in the running for my MVP because, I mean, not only does he have to do emotional things in this movie, but he's just also my favorite scene of the whole movie is he carries the whole scene. So he carries the whole scene of my favorite scene. And
what scene would that be?
They said, "All right, kid, tell us everything."
Oh, the torture scene.
Oh my goodness,
literally
he's
the
so
best.
good in that. He's so funny in that. So he had me just rolling.
We were cracking up the whole scene.
He's literally been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things his whole career.
Wow.
One of them he was like a TV movie called Little Shots before this, and he was in the Goonies, and he was in a TV movie called Axe Max. He was a voice of in the movie Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, and then a TV movie called Perfect Harmony in 1991, and that was it.
Wow.
So
5 movies, and he still made such an impact.
He did make an impact, and I want to get into Chunk's character a little more down the road too, because we were talking about problematic things. That's definitely one of them.
Definitely not PC.
Yeah. No. Carrie Green played Andy. She also had a pretty short-lived career as far as, from what I can remember. I do remember she was in a movie called Summer Rental with John Candy. That's the thing she did right next. Yeah, Goonies, Summer Rental. Lucas. I do remember she was in Lucas with Corey Haim. Or I think he had a crush on her in that movie. 3 for the Road. And The Burden of Proof, I never heard of it. Blue Flame, never heard of it. And then Belly Fruit, never heard of it. But yeah, she kind of disappeared, but she was a very attractive young lady. I definitely had a little teenage crush on her for sure. And what kid my age probably didn't at that point when they saw the Goonies, right? She was a little cutie. And yeah, she actually reminds me a lot of one of your friends. I won't say her name, but you know who I'm talking about. Yeah.
As the character.
Yeah, her character.
Yeah.
Steph, right? That's her name, Steph? No. Steph's the other girl. Steph's the blonde girl.
Andy is very
Andy's
much like my
character
friend.
is very much like one of your friends. So. Yeah. Maybe one of these days. Well, we're definitely going to have some guest stars on
Yeah,
this.
we'll have some guest stars. Yeah.
Well, stars.
Some guests.
Some
I
guests.
mean, yes.
Yeah, no stars. I mean, well, you never know. But,
Well, never say never.
Probably not. Yeah, but more than likely, friends and family.
Yeah.
Jumping in and having a little fun with us.
Yeah, of course.
For sure. And who knows, maybe she'll be one of them. And then Martha Plimpton, who played Steph, she did a few things. She was pretty relevant in the 80s and 90s. We're going to get to that real quick. Public campaigns. Was she in politics? Interesting. I don't know either, but we're definitely keeping out of politics on this podcast.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So,
let's see. Before the Goonies, nothing I ever heard of. After the Goonies, The Mosquito Coast. Very good movie. Very dramatic movie with Harrison Ford and the amazing River Phoenix. Rest in peace, River. You're great. Also, and Stand By Me. Just an absolute amazing talent, and whose career was cut short by drugs.
As many stars.
Yeah. Running on Empty, another amazing movie. Parenthood. Oh, that's right. She was great in Parenthood. Really good in that. I think she was together with Keanu Reeves in that movie. There were a couple in that. I could be wrong. We'll have to maybe do that one of these days.
Fact check it, yeah.
Or maybe just do the movie. It's it's the 90s. It fits into our I shot Andy Warhol. Oh, Beautiful Girls. Yeah, she was in Beautiful Girls. That was 1996. Fantastic movie. Great performance by Tim Hutton and the very young Padme from Star Wars.
Oh, Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman, thank you.
Amazing.
I can't believe I forgot her name. She was like 14 or 15. She's like your age in that movie.
Yeah,
she was just
love
incredible.
her.
Just killed it. 200 Cigarettes. That's relevant. So she's in quite a few things. Looks like she was in something in 2025, 2024, 2021. So she's still doing it. She was one of the voices in Frozen 2.
Oh, was she?
So she's still working. Good for you, Martha Plimpton. Yeah, man. Good for you. Okay. Ki Hugh Kwan.
What a guy! What an actor!
What a cute kid, right? And of course, we both know him from 1 year earlier. He was in, at the time, it was my favorite movie of all time.
Oh my god!
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Short Round. I love that. I managed to see that movie 5 times in the theaters, which is pretty impressive for like a I was like a lower middle class kid, so like the fact that I was able to manage to see that 5 times in the theaters is pretty impressive, and shows you just what kind of love I had for that movie. I think I might have even saw it more than Return of the Jedi, which I saw 4 or 5 times. Also, I loved both those movies. But yeah, that was kind of it for him until recently. He's just his child acting days were brief. He did the Goonies, he did the Temple of Doom, and then that was it. And then he was in Encino Man, very small role. But yeah, that's it until like his career got rebooted. He did a couple tiny little things no one's ever heard of, but then boom, 2022, he does Everything Everywhere All at Once, and boom, he's like nominated for an Oscar. And in his acceptance speech, he actually thanks one of the other Goonies, who is now his entertainment lawyer. I think that might
that's a fun fact. I think
that might be in the trivia. So yeah, we might cover that. But yeah, and then he's just recently in Kung Fu Panda 4, Love Hurts, which I haven't seen, The Electric State, which I also haven't seen. That's a Netflix movie with Chris Pratt and the girl from Stranger Things, the main girl, 7 or 11 or
11,
yeah.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yes, her and Chris Pratt are in a movie on Netflix, which I haven't seen because it got terrible reviews, and I just don't want to be disappointed. I'm a big Chris Pratt fan. I love him. I love his work. And I just don't want to be disappointed, so I have avoided watching that movie. So yeah, moving right along, we have the adults.
Sure.
So John Matuzak, he pretty much didn't do much as far as Hollywood-wise, besides Sloth. He died relatively young. Let's see. Yeah, he had a couple small roles as a caveman, the Ice Pirates, and then the Goonies, and then he was in One Crazy Summer. He was Stain. I don't remember him in that, to be honest with you. And I do love that movie, but it's been a minute. He did a few other things that they're not even highlighted because there's not even a Wikipedia page on them. And then Down the Drain, which was his final role, and I've never heard of it, but he was a famous professional football player before this. I think he played for the Oakland Raiders. So definitely he was definitely relevant in our society, in our culture, and of course he will always be remembered as Sloth, which I think we have. I bought this for you, and then I asked you if I could please display it here in my room for this podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm knocking down John McClane here in Indiana Jones, but there he is, Sloth.
We're big fans.
Big fans. Big fans. Yep. And we love Sloth. He will forever be a pop culture icon. So,
Definitely.
Mr. Matuzak, kudos to you, sir. Robert Davi, amazing actor, and he was definitely big in the 80s and 90s. He played a lot of really, really good roles. I remember him from Die Hard, quite possibly the greatest action movie of all time.
I haven't seen it.
It's so good.
You
haven't seen it? I thought you watched it. I thought we watched it for Christmas because it's considered a Christmas movie.
We have not. I'll have to watch it.
It's one of those debatable things. Is it a Christmas movie? Isn't it? Most guys will say yes. Most girls will say no. You be the judge. But yeah, we have to watch Die Hard. I thought I showed that to you.
No, not yet.
Huh. Okay. Well, shame on me. All right. He was in Predator 2. He was in Night Trap, The Iceman, Mob Town, Inside Man, Die Hard, Showgirls. Oh yeah, he was in Showgirls. He usually played kind of a scumbag, son of the Pink Panther, and the Bond film License to Kill, which I do remember. Yeah, he was a villain in that. Franz Seidenstadt is the villain in that. So yeah, he was also a small role in The Expendables 3. Yeah, so he's I think he's still around, right? Yep. Yeah, he's still around.
He's still alive,
and yeah, he was great in everything. And just fun fact, I don't know if we go over it in trivia or not, but he really is an opera singer. He does sing opera.
And he sings in the movie.
Yeah, really well.
Italian opera,
really
very,
well.
very
Which Allie actually was able to translate for me.
Understand? Yeah, so cool.
Because my daughter here,
I speak Italian
and Spanish and French and obviously English. So yeah, she's a little bit of a prodigy here. She definitely doesn't get it from me. She was raised speaking Spanish and English because my wife is from Peru. But then she decided just to learn French at 11 and then started taking Italian at 12. And she's got 3 years of Italian under her belt, 4 years of French. She was certified down at the French Embassy in Miami. She is fluent. And I think she's going to be certified for Italian as well.
Soon,
Right?
yeah.
All right.
Enough about me.
Not to digress too much, but, proud father, what are you going to do? That might happen from time to time.
Yeah.
Can't help myself. So please indulge me, folks. Okay. All right. Joey Pants. Joe Pantoliano. Such a good actor in so many amazing things. I know you're probably thinking like, whatever, dude. Like, I barely know this guy, but that's because, you didn't grow up in my generation. But yeah, he's in so many iconic things. Risky Business. He's the pimp in that. Eddie and the Cruisers. Great soundtrack. The movie's okay. Great soundtrack though. He was the snake in Running Scared. He was La Bamba. He was in Midnight Run. Oh, he's so good in Midnight Run. Awesome movie. We're gonna have to do that one of these days. Charles Grodin and Robert De Niro. It's a gem. It's so good. We're gonna have to definitely do that. So definitely, he was in Blue Heat, Backstreet Dreams, Used People, The Fugitive. He was actually the Fugitive sequel. He's like the star of the sequel. So he plays like a FBI agent, or I think it's the FBI. But yeah, The Immortals. He's in a ton of stuff. He's a working actor who is just a character actor and so many different things, and he's excellent in everything he does because he's just so very talented. Joey Pants. And then finally, Anne Ramsey, who for me, as far as the adults go, was the absolute MVP of this movie.
Is incredible.
Mama Fratelli.
Mama Fratelli.
So good.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, really good.
And yeah, so she was not in a lot. She did do another significant movie after this.
Did she?
Throw Mama from the Train 2 years later. Which is a very funny movie, and she's great in it.
After the Goonies?
After the Goonies, but then she died like a year later. She died in 1988, so sadly. But she was definitely a talent and fantastic in this. So you go, Anne Ramsey Mobley. So there you go. That's our casting couch, and let's dive into the movie a little bit. I know we both took some notes.
We did.
So I thought the opening sequence was very well orchestrated. So the movie opens with Robert Davi's character, one of the Fratelli brothers, faking his suicide to bust out of prison, and then his brother and his mother bust him out and
help him escape.
Help him escape.
Basically.
Yes. And
Yeah.
and
I wrote down. I love like the family dynamic. How they're escaping out of prison, but they're still fighting, and you see like the brothers and the mother, and it's so funny because it's like they're villains, but they're like a family, and that's so funny.
The way they fight as brothers is hysterical.
Yes, so good.
They pull the guns on each other over a slice of pizza
all the time.
He's like, "What? You're gonna shoot me over a slice of pepperoni pizza?" Yeah, very funny.
Very
I just thought the way the opening sequence was orchestrated, it was just not just funny, but just really good. Like Mouth watching the TV with the sirens and the police chase on the TV, and his dad tells him to shut it off, but you still hear the sirens and police chase going on outside.
Yeah.
And then it's just how they incorporated a lot of the kids and a lot of the characters, like Rosita, the maid, Rosa,
yes.
Rosa, yeah, in the middle of the street, just, cars are flying by her, and she's like,
"Ay, Dios mío!"
Yeah. Really good opening sequence. Very well done. I never noticed that Martha Plimpton. I always thought it was weird, but they show her in the opening sequence of the car chase scene. She's like got her head dunked in this like metal bin. It's filled with water. She comes up with a splash of the water. She's holding a crab, like a big crab. I guess she was like diving for a crab in the middle bin. I never noticed that before. That I've seen this movie like 100 times.
The meaning of that, or
no idea. I mean, it takes place in Oregon. Like they're really big on seafood up there. Crabs are a big thing. But yeah, I never noticed that. A little bizarre, but hey, just want to point that out. Then after that, you get to know the family, the Walsh family. You see the kids talking about them going to be foreclosing on their house. You see Mikey in his classic Steven Spielberg bedroom. Now, Spielberg is really great for, he produced this movie. He didn't write or direct it, but he definitely has his thumbprint on this for sure. Yeah. All those movies like E.T. and the Goonies, he always makes the kids' bedroom just very authentic. And as a kid of that generation, I could say, yeah, they're pretty authentic. And I noticed like he had the Prince and and his band on the wallpaper. I'm like, oh, interesting. Yeah, just there's little, just different little things, just pop culture icons from that generation all over the place, and typical Spielberg bedroom. But yeah, the kids, you start one after the other. The kids start showing up at Mikey's house, and you get introduced.
I love when they like introduce all the kids, and I think one of the funniest like introductions is Data. You see him like toying around with his inventions that never work right, and he is one of the funniest kids. He's so awkward, and I love him so much.
Yeah. And one of the little problematic things is how they kind of make fun of his Chinese accent.
Yeah.
But however, problematic or not, to this day, every time I say something wrong and my wife corrects me, I always say, "That's what I said, booby traps."
That's one of our lines in our house. We always use it. Yeah.
Every time I say something wrong and I get corrected, my reply is, "That's what I said, booby traps." So definitely stuck with this pop culture. Very iconic. And then here we go. The most problematic thing of the movie is the truffle shuffle.
Oh.
And I remember as a kid watching that going, "Oh my goodness, this poor kid, this is terrible. Like, why would you make this poor kid do
bullying your fat kid friend to dance and make fun of himself?"
Yeah, and through the whole movie, they're just making fat jokes about this poor kid. I mean, he's constantly talking about food, and I smell candy, and I smell ice cream, and he's got a candy bar stashed away, and he's constantly, guys, we're going to be late for dinner, and food's always on his brain. I thought it was a bit of overkill, but take it for what it is. It's an 80s movie. They kind of didn't care about PC things back then. And in their eyes, it was like, is it going to get a laugh? Throw it in there, So yeah, I definitely didn't. I remember not liking that even as a kid, thinking like, it's kind of rough.
Yeah.
But hey, at the same time, like I said, Chunk carries my favorite scene of the whole movie. So
he's great.
Good for you, Jeff. All right, so then so you get introduced to everybody, and then I think Mouth just steals the whole.
Mouth in the beginning is automatically you're dying.
He's
laughing.
Just throwing one-liners one after the other.
Yeah.
I never even noticed it. I remember when he was like, we should be going out. I remember him saying drink and brews, but then I caught it. He says sniffing some lace.
What?
And I think it just went over my head back then, but I think he's like talking about like panties, like lace panties or bras. Sniffing. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, well, I mean, in the movie, he's like saying adult things all the time and making, inappropriate
Jokes.
and so it's definitely appropriate. Definitely fits his character of mouth.
But I never noticed it.
I never did either until this time around. So go figure. Even after like 100 viewings of this movie, I never caught that.
And I think one of the funniest things in the beginning is the translating scene.
Oh, so funny.
I mean,
so funny.
Just so good. And as someone who speaks Spanish, it's so funny, because like you hear it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah. I think we're gonna get to it in the fun facts, but Rosa actually speaks perfect English. She was born in this country, and she actually helped choreograph that whole scene and helped Corey Feldman with his Spanish and helped with the translations on that. So so we'll just skip over that when we go over our
our facts.
Our fun facts, trivia, whatever you want to call it. Real quick, before we go any further, I did want to give a little shout out to another podcast called Rusted Junk. It's been on for about 5 years. I only just got into it a few weeks ago. Actually, when I had the idea to do this podcast, I was curious if there were other podcasts out there. So I Googled, like, are there any podcasts out there that review Gen X movies? And a couple things popped up. One was a podcast that reviewed 90s movies, which I didn't check out. But the one that reviewed 80s movies, I did check out. It's done over across the pond in England by a man and his wife about my age. And they review forgotten 80s movies. That's the whole premise there. So I don't think they've done Goonies. They're probably never going to do Star Wars or Raiders of the Lost Ark, which we're absolutely going to cover because we're all about just the movies that affected us and had the most impact on us. So although we might do a few forgotten movies that I absolutely love and are close to my heart, and we're definitely going to do the big ones too. Yeah. But anyway, I have just fallen in love with their podcast. It's like my favorite new podcast. I listen to it all the time. It's family friendly and it is really entertaining. I mean, it's not like overtly hilarious, but the banter between the husband and wife is really good. It's really enjoyable. And I love their format. And I actually reached out to him on Facebook a couple of days ago and I said, hey, just so you know, I want to start this podcast with my daughter. And so I was kind of researching it. I came up across yours, and now it's going to be hard not to kind of follow your format a little bit. I really like how you do things, and I hope I don't copy too much. They
were really nice about it.
Really I mean, he hit me back going, dude, copy anything you want. I don't care. Good luck. I think it's great. What a great idea. I hope you and your daughter have a blast. This is not verbatim, but he was super supportive. He's like, any help you need with tech or like AI or anything, anything you want, just hit me up. Happy to help. He said, I actually sent a similar message to the guys at Nerd Alert podcast, basically saying, hey, I'm probably going to copy your format a little bit and hope you don't mind. And they were just as supportive as he's clearly being with me. So thank you to the wonderful people at Rusted Junk. Yeah, you guys are awesome. And if you like this at all, please check out. Theirs is not video, it's just audio, but it's fantastic. I love it. I listen to it constantly now.
Yeah.
All right. So moving right along. So basically the kids, they go up in the attic and they find all these different, which, would he really have all this amazing stuff from the museum up in his attic? Yeah, that seems problematic. Not problematic like on PC, just like, but he lose his job for doing something like that. Like, that's like property of the museum. Why is it in his attic? But for the,
for the movie,
how are the kids going to stumble upon it otherwise? So it's in the attic. They come across the map. They realize that, hey, this is a real treasure map from a real pirate. His dad used to tell him stories about One-Eyed Willy. Yeah. And they decide these yuppie jerks are going to take over the town and buy up all the houses. And so they decide to go for buried treasure, find One-Eyed Willy's treasure. That's, supposedly the Armada came after Willy and his ship, and they got caved in and lost forever. Nobody saw their ship again.
That's the story.
That's the story. Exactly.
That's what Mikey tells his friends.
Yes, that's what Mikey tells his friends. And so they go off, and so they don't want the big brother following them, Bran. They take the air out of his tires, and I'm watching it now as an adult, and I've had many bicycles over the years. Wait, Mike doesn't freak out. Oh yeah. Oh, just to rewind a little bit on my notes here. One thing also is a little like the mom is clearly OCD. She's yelling at every mess she sees in the house, But yet when she walks through the front door and sees the whole screen door broken,
she's
just like, oh, I see Data drop by. Like, really? That's the only reaction. By this mom who's like screaming over some potato chips on the table and is clearly OCD the way she's telling the maid. She says, I want the house clean before they tear it down.
Yeah.
But yet the broken screen door is just like, oh, Data drop by. Yeah, give me a break. Anyway, so yeah, they take the air out of his tires, but that is not how you take air out of someone's tires. You don't just take the little caps off and the air comes out.
Really?
No. I mean, you take the caps off to pump more air into it, but the air doesn't just leak out when you take the cap off. Yeah, that's like totally unauthentic. So whatever. So yeah, they take the air out of Mikey's tire or Brand's tires. Yeah, and so they run off on their bikes. They go looking for One-Eyed Willy's treasure.
Yeah.
And then they
and while this is happening, Cyndi Lauper, I think it's Goonies Are Good Enough, or playing. Yeah.
Yeah, playing. Yeah.
But it's very 80s. They're watching it on the MTV right before they leave. So yeah,
100%. 100%. They had to squeeze that in there because she did the title song for the movie, which was actually playing in the movie. Yeah. And I didn't have a problem with it. You know, I was like Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah, she's cool.
I liked her more than Madonna personally. Yeah, and I was also more of a Prince fan over Michael Jackson too. So maybe we'll get some comments about that. Maybe not. You know.
We'll see.
But anyway, moving right along. Yeah, they come across the old lighthouse because of the bloom. They see it fits into the 3 holes, and they go to the lighthouse. And guess who's in the lighthouse restaurant?
The Fratellis.
And Chunk sees the SUV in the garage. I think they call it OUV, I think, in the movie.
Do they?
Yeah.
But it has bullet holes.
It has bullet holes.
Freaking out.
And he saw the chase in the beginning, so he knows, oh, this is like the guys from the chase. He's trying to tell the other kids, but of course they're all ignoring him because why are you going to listen to the fat kid, right?
Well, the thing is, Chunk is also known as a pathological liar.
That's true. You're right. It's not. Okay, that was not because of his weight. It's because he's a pathological liar. You're right. You're right.
Anything he says, it's like, yeah, right.
They take it with a grain of salt.
The boy who cried wolf, basically.
100%. You're right. Okay, so although they do make fun of his weight way too much in this movie, yeah, you're right. They're ignoring him not because of his weight, but because he is a pathological liar. Okay, good point. Thank you. So anyway, they're running with the Fratellis. They get scared of them. The Fratellis run them off. And Brand comes, gets them, and then they see the Fratellis leaving. It looks like they're putting something in the car. It's a body bag, essentially, and they're like, oh, maybe it's just restaurant trash. And they know it's not. They know it's something more nefarious. And then the girls show up, and the 7 of them go back into the restaurant, and Mikey's snooping around. They go down. They find Sloth. Of course, they're scared because he's like a monster, a mutant, and they kind of sidle past Sloth, and then they find that there is a secret tunnel beneath the fireplace. They find that out because
Chunk spills water because he's a big klutz.
Apparently, he's a klutz. So he's overweight, he's a pathological liar, and he's a klutz. This poor kid. So, yeah. But that, but he's redeemed in the end.
Yeah. Oh, another thing, just a little rewind. Mm-hmm. When they're looking through the attic, Mikey finds the map in a frame. And he's trying to get the map out. So who does he ask to come look at the frame? Chunk. And Chunk breaks it for him.
Because he's a klutz. Yes. This poor kid is just like, every stereotype in the book. This poor kid. Yeah. So, anyway, so
they find the tunnel under the fireplace. Mm-hmm. And they hear the Fratellis come back.
They do. So they all go in except for
Chunk.
Poor Chunk gets left out.
Why? Because he gets stuck in the ice cream
closet.
Not
even though. He goes over to the thing, and this always bothered me too. And they're like, go get the police. I'm like, wait, you guys decided to go in the tunnel because you knew you couldn't get past the Fratellis, but you want Chunk to get past the Fratellis, right? Instead of joining you in the tunnel. I'm like, not good friends.
No.
Not good friends at all. This poor kid. Yeah, I mean, geez, But
I never thought of it that.
Yeah, but then luckily, like a piece of tar blows to the side, and they see there is an actual good escape route for Chunk. There's a window, like like one of those basement windows, like up top, and he is actually able to get out. He doesn't have to go back to the restaurant. And he escapes only to flag down a car for help. And
before he can see who's in it, he starts telling me the whole story. Hey, mister, I was in this restaurant with these really bad guys, and
I think he uses the word disgusting people.
Oh, yes. He insults them.
Yeah.
And then he
realizes, it's the Fratellis.
Yeah.
He starts singing like in Hebrew. He's like singing like to which the Fratelli brothers start singing in Italian opera right back to him, and it's a good scene. And they kidnap Chunk, throw him in the back of the OUV with the dead body, with the stiff. Poor Chunk. Poor kid, man. He's taking hit after hit in this movie, man. This kid. So anyway. They're going through one of the tunnels. Okay, here's one of the scenes. This is, all the things I'm saying negatively about this is why this movie's not an A+. Because my love for this movie and my rose-colored lenses would definitely give this movie an A+.
Yeah, of course.
But as I'm trying to be a little critical of it and throwing things out there that are, negative, because, hey, it's not a perfect movie. There are things wrong with it. One of the things that always bother me, and again, even as an 11-year-old watching this, I was thinking, like, this kind of doesn't seem right, is the pipes scene. All these pipes, all of a sudden they're in a spot where all these pipes are there, right? And they're just shaking the pipes and banging on the pipes, and I guess they lead to the country club, and so like pipes are coming out of the toilet and out of the sink, and it's absurd. It would absolutely not happen.
What did you think was going to happen? Banging on these pipes.
It was, and like how are you trying to get help by banging on pipes? Seriously, like really, you're underground. Like no, it was dumb. It's a dumb scene that could have easily cut that out. It's probably the dumbest scene in the movie, and although it is the dumbest scene in the movie, but it sets up one of the funnier scenes in the movie just a few paces later, when Sloth and Chunk come through there and see the pipes, and Sloth grabs a pipe and lifts it up real high, and and all of a sudden you hear and the lady's screaming, and then there's sirens going, and he's like, again, total malarkey. That would never happen, but that was pretty funny.
It's funny. It's funny.
It's funny. So I guess, what are you going to do? If they think it might get a laugh, then they're going to do it, even if it's unrealistic or politically incorrect. That's the 80s for you. Yeah.
I mean, but
so moving, the Fratellis, they figure it out. They see the broken water bottle. They figure out the kids have escaped down into the tunnel. They before that, the best scene of the movie, they start torturing Chunk. Well, not torture. They're going to torture him. They're threatening to torture him with
his hand
in a blender. Yeah. And they said, "Kid, tell us everything." So this kid starts spilling the beans of every wrong thing he's done in his life.
And I was in first grade. And then finally he goes, and the worst thing is, I made a big bag of fake puke. And I went to the movie theaters, and I went to the balcony, and I made it sound like this. And I spilled the fake puke all over the people.
From the balcony.
Oh, from the balcony. And the worst part is, they all started puking all over each other. And I felt so bad.
And of course, the Fratelli brothers looks and goes, "I'm starting to like this kid now." It's so good. It's really so good. So kudos to Jeff Cohen. He was so good in that scene. I mean, there's a little piece of trivia about that scene. Which
we'll cover that later.
I was like, oh, okay. But so good. So good. So he's so good in that. It is probably the funniest scene in the movie, in my opinion. As much as they put down Chunk, boy, the actor who plays him really does.
He does a really great job.
He does. Yeah.
So the Fratellis enter the tunnel and to try to find the kids and I guess find the treasure.
Yeah, and then they set up. They come across Chester Copperpot's skeleton, and then they're about to quit and give up. But then they found the fountain, right? They found the water, the wishing well, and they have an escape now. They can go up the well because Troy, the yuppie yuppie jerk who was dating Andy and is kind of Brand's nemesis and is the son of the main guy taking over the Boondocks. He's hanging out with his buddies, and they hear him down at the bottom, and they can escape, bring him up the bucket if they want. But Mikey talks them out of it. He says, guys, don't you realize we've come further than even Chester Copperpot, who is a pro.
Right.
We're past him. Like, we have a real shot at this.
Yeah.
And
one thing I noticed about Mikey's character is he has a lot of those speeches.
He does.
He has one in the beginning, talking to his friends at the well. He has it in the pirate ship, and afterwards, he has a lot of these inspirational, moving speeches. And kind of
and Brand may be the older brother, but Mikey is the leader.
Yeah,
no doubt about it. He is the motivation for the whole thing. He's definitely the leader of the Goonies, and he's, like I said, he does a good job with it. Yeah. So one thing I was surprised I didn't see in the trivia. There's a part of it in the trivia, but not. They mentioned the trivia, the Goonies oath, but what they don't, and they tell you the whole oath in the trivia. What they don't mention in the trivia is a piece of information I learned a while back, is that when he says, "Don't say that to the Andy," he says, "Don't say die. Goonies never say die." And she says, "But I'm not a Goonie."
He says, "Oh, I forgot."
In the original cut, the oath is said by Andy, Steph, and Brand.
Yeah.
And they basically make them official Goonies right there at the wishing well, and then they move on. But that part was cut out, which, I mean, it was already a pretty long movie. It's like an hour and 45 minutes. So for comedy, that's actually kind of long, especially for the 80s. So I guess they have to edit some stuff out. Yeah. Personally, I wish they had kept that in and taken the whole pipe scene out. But I digress. Yeah. So they carry on. They decide, all right, let's just keep looking for the treasure. They come across one of the most iconic things when they're crossing over the river over the log. Very iconic. I actually put that into one of my graphic novels. One of my graphic. I make, for fun. I write and illustrate graphic novels on Amazon. And one of them is definitely filled with a lot of pop culture references, and the characters are crossing a similar bridge like that, and it's anyway, but it fits in the book. But so that just shows you how iconic it is. Like, it stayed in my brain, and when I wanted to make this book filled with pop culture references, that's definitely one of the ones I kept.
Yeah.
So anyway, they cross the bridge, and then the Fratellis catch up with them right at the bridge, and they cross the bridge. Of course, he slips on Data's. What do they call the slime that came out of his shoes?
I don't know. It's some sort of slippery oil,
he had a name for it. Slick shoes or something.
Slick shoes. Yeah.
And this oil shoots out of the back of his shoes, and the Fratelli brothers, slip on the oil and crush their family jewels on the log, and it slows them down, and the kids make a break for it, and they come across the next booby trap, which is the
piano.
The skeleton bone piano. Yeah. And here's where Andy shines. She
took piano lessons as a kid, and so they want her to play the
notes. There's notes on there.
Yeah.
Oh, on the map. There's notes on the map.
Yes. Yeah. And on the back of the map.
Yeah.
So one thing that I found so funny as someone who has previously learned music is while she's playing, she's like, I can't tell if it's A sharp or B flat. And if anyone has ever read music before, knows music, that's the same thing. An A sharp and a B flat are the same thing. So yeah.
I did not know that. But yeah, this one took guitar lessons for 5 years.
Something like that.
7 years, yeah. So, and she learned music. She knows how to read music. Another thing I like to brag on about it. I wish she still played the guitar, but she lost interest. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, but
she still sings.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving right along. So she comes in handy, and she definitely shows her worth in that scene and saves all their skins, and they get through the next thing, which is the water slide, right?
Oh yes, I love that. So
I mean, I think it's so any kid loved that. Yeah. I remember sitting in the theaters going, "Oh,
that looks so cool."
And I always thought, how in Universal Studios and all, they have all these movie themed rides. I'm like, where's the Goonies ride with the water slides?
Yes, that would be a great idea.
So come on,
Universal.
No brainer. Come on, Disney, Universal, whoever's got the rights to this movie, let's get a Goonies ride with a water slide, please.
Yeah.
And then you land in the, when you come out of the water slide,
there's a
boom,
pirate ship.
Pirate ship. I mean, And how impressive was that pirate ship, right?
That was amazing.
And this was like before
real,
CGI.
right?
It was we'll get into that, but yeah, they built a real pirate ship. It's
Wow,
it's a real thing because there was no CGI back then, so everything was pretty and then there is, and I think we cover it in trivia, but
a deleted scene.
There's
right?
a deleted scene where there's an octopus before they even get to the ship. There's an octopus
in the water.
In the water attacks one of them, and I actually saw the scene watching the movie on regular TV. So sometimes when they would show the movie on regular TV, they would add a couple of deleted scenes, and that was one of them. And I remember watching the deleted scene, and then when at the end, when the kids would go, the octopus was really scary. The data says the octopus was really scary. They're like, oh yeah, the octopus was scary. I remember seeing it when I was a kid, seeing that and going like, why are they lying about an octopus?
Yeah, they didn't. There was no octopus.
Like only Chunk's the liar. Why are the other kids lying about some octopus? It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So it always bothered me that they kept that part in if they took the octopus out.
Yeah.
Because you're making the kids look like liars.
Yeah.
So anyway, that another thing that kind of another mark off the film, But anyway, they get to the ship. They this bothered me. So let me move on here. Let's see if I can get to it. Well, seeing any stuff become Goonies. Okay. I love the friendship between Chunk and Sloth.
I wrote that too. We're right here. I love the friendship between Chunk and Sloth.
Wow, you are my mini-me.
Oh my
we
gosh.
both love the friendship between Chunk and Sloth.
That's so funny.
I love what Chunk says. You smell like Fizz Ed.
You smell like Fizz Ed. That's so funny.
So while all this is going on, they keep going back to Chunk, who they tie up with Sloth while they're tied up, and then Sloth breaks his chains because he wants the baby Ruth that Chunk tries to give him. There's a great meme that I sent you that I saw on Instagram that I just thought was so hilarious. They took a freeze frame from that movie where Sloth's watching the TV and Chunk is tied up to the chair next to him, and it says, "Me making my kid watch all the Gen X movies and TV from so they can grow up cool," or something like that. Like it's Sloth forcing Chunk to watch the TV, and that's like me forcing you to watch my movies. Right. And I'm like, oh, that's appropriate. I'm going to send that to Allie. So that's and that's right out of that movie. So pretty funny stuff. Great. Love their whole dynamic. They become friends. First they bond over chocolate and ice cream, and they're both outcasts, so they're both, so Chunk, clearly the outcast of this friend group. He's like, their punishing bag, and Sloth is clearly the outcast of his family. He is the punching bag of theirs. And so they bond over being outcasts and make a pretty good team.
Yeah, I love them together.
And they save the day at the end. So we'll get into that real quick. Yeah, we'll come right up to that. And I also love the Gremlins reference from the sheriff.
I wrote that too. Reference to Gremlins.
Yeah.
When Chunk calls the sheriff to tell them about the Fratellis. Yeah. And obviously the sheriff doesn't believe him because he's a pathological liar. Yeah. And he mentions, he's like, oh yeah, and the time that, what about those creatures that you throw water on and they multiply, which is a reference to Gremlins, because Steven Spielberg,
Yes. That's very good. Very good. Oh, so one thing, when they first get to the pirate ship, they can't find, so one thing I love, one thing I didn't love. One thing I loved is Data falls through the wooden crate.
Oh, yes.
He hits the ground. And they're like,
why didn't you use stairs?
And Data has a meltdown. He just goes on a rant. And it's hysterical. Yeah. It's definitely his best scene in the movie. Yeah. He's going on this just total rant.
And he's talking in the third person.
He's like,
Data's never going to use the stairs. Data just falls. Data's the
People tell me Data. And people say Data, you're invention. He's just going off. It's hilarious. He's so good in it. I can't believe this kid's career stopped after this.
Like, I know.
He's so good.
He's done more
things. So good. Yeah. But like I said, he's redeemed now. And now he's a working actor again. He won an Oscar. So good for him. But here's I didn't like this part when Mouth and Martha Plimpton's character Steph start like getting up. Where's the gold, Mikey? Where's the gold, Mikey?
Yeah,
I'm like, really? Like this kid just led you to a pirate ship that's been lost for 400 years.
Exactly.
I mean, he even says it. This whole ship is a treasure.
Yeah.
I mean, and he leads you to this, and you're like getting on him because you haven't found the gold yet.
You wanted to give up, like you're.
Yeah, I'm like, and none of you even wanted to come along, especially you, Martha Plimpton. Like, why are you getting on Mikey? I didn't like that part. I thought it was out of character.
Yeah, I feel like they wouldn't yell at Mikey for that.
Yeah, I mean, totally. But then, lo and behold, they find another secret, wooden door in the ceiling, and they bust through it, and they find One-Eyed Willy and the gold. And he apparently has. Also, this kind of bothered me a little bit. So, he's having this emotional scene, Mikey, with One-Eyed Willy. He's like, "You're the first Goonie, One-Eyed Willy. You and I are a lot alike." And I'm like, "Really? Are you a horrible murderer who murdered your entire crew?" Because that's what One-Eyed Willy did. Like, he killed all his men. He shoved knives through their eyes and yeah.
It's an emotional moment.
I know,
it's
but
nice.
I'm like, really? You're bonding with this serial murderer? Like, okay, sure. He's the first Goonie. Great.
I like it. I think it's cute.
All right. Yeah. So yeah.
But I also liked how Mikey had that connection with One-Eyed Willy, and he knew not to touch One-Eyed Willy's stash.
Yes.
And that's what saves them from the booby trap.
You're right.
Yeah.
Very good. But not the Fratellis.
No, the Fratellis are stupid and greedy.
And I'm surprised this wasn't in the trivia too, but I guess I knew a lot of trivia even before reading the IMDb trivia page. Another deleted scene was, it was either in the script and they never filmed it, or was a deleted scene where they're about to plunge Mouth and Steph into the water when they're walking the plank. Apparently, Mouth offers to help her breathe underwater, or vice versa. One of them helps the other to breathe underwater, and they cut that out.
Yeah.
Just an interesting, little tidbit. So because those two kind of had a constant bickering through the movie, so it was like a nice little bonding scene for them. That even though they're constantly fighting and seem to dislike each other,
they help. But it's also at the end they also have kind of a romantic thing going on.
A little bit, yeah, and that was supposed to add to that. So finally, the Fratellis show up. Spoil it, but they take back all the gold and jewels that the kids have stashed away. But of course, they miss one thing, which we'll get to at the very, very end. Yeah. And then they're like, great, they're caught by the Fratellis. What are they going to do? And then dun-dun-dun, guess who comes to the rescue?
Sloth and Chunk,
the outcast. Yeah. Boom. Hey, you guys!
And it's such a great moment.
Such a great moment. You get chills watching it.
Yeah, and
it's so
I love
beautiful.
how Sloth is imitating what he's seen on the
which
TV.
Which you probably don't know, which is Errol Flynn. It's actually before my time too, but it's Errol Flynn playing Robin Hood, I think.
Okay.
And he played a lot of different things. Robin Hood was one of them. So he's imitating Errol Flynn in the old black and white movie that they were watching on his TV, and he comes down the sail with his knife with Chunk on his back, and he says, "Hey, Chunk," and he says, "Captain Chunk."
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, good for Chunk. Yeah, so that's a great scene, and the Sloth allows the kids to get away. They go into the water. They're about to get out of the cave, and the big boulder blocks the way, and then Sloth comes and saves the day again.
Yeah,
and moves the boulder out of the way for long enough the kids to escape. And Chunk doesn't want to leave Sloth. He's like, "Come with me," and Sloth knows he can't because he has to hold the boulder. And so the kids get onto the beach, and then they get discovered by the police, who are obviously looking for these lost kids.
And the parents are waiting there too.
Yeah, so the cops call back at the station and say, "Hey, we found them goobers." And so so they find the kids, and they make it back. There's a reunion with the family, and then all of a sudden all of a sudden the Fratellis just show up on the beach.
Well, yeah, I think Chunk had also helped them out.
Why would the Fratellis just walk up to the police though?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point.
Unless Sloth was forcing them to.
I'm surprised that the Fratellis
didn't.
I don't know how they
escape.
My question is, if Sloth wasn't able to get out with the Goonies, how was he able to get out with the Fratellis?
I mean, I guess you have to just assume he moved the boulder.
I mean, yeah, but he was struggling as it is, and
no, because after that because of the booby trap. Because of the dynamite.
The dynamite is
something happens.
The dynamite is what made the boulder.
You're right.
Go in the
You're right. But then something happens which triggers the ship. It triggers all the rock to move and the ship to escape. And the ship gets out through the rocks.
Yeah.
So I think it was the booby trap that triggered that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and so they're obviously if the ship can get out, they can get out.
Yeah.
So But the Fratellis get caught by the police. There's a beautiful reunion between the family and the kids.
And Chunk and Soft.
And
Yeah.
and then, but again, even as a kid watching the scene where Chunk says, "You're gonna live with me now." I'm thinking to myself, really? His parents are gonna be his parents are gonna be like, "Oh, sure, we'll let this this giant mutant live with us
in our house."
Yeah,
because you made friends with him.
Yeah,
you know?
Why not? Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's a movie. It's a kid's movie at that. So you just got to suspend disbelief sometimes and just enjoy the movie for it. So, I know it seemed like I was tearing this movie apart a lot, but overall, that's why it was in the A+.
I have one more thing to add.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As someone who grew up with asthma when I was younger and used an inhaler.
Yes, you did say this.
Mikey used his inhaler so much. Like an average inhaler is going to have like 250 to 300 pumps in it, right? And if you're using it all the time, you're going to have like 3 inhalers a week. It's like, it's not realistic the way he uses his inhaler.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, so anyway, now we'll go over to our fun facts.
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Right. Yeah, let's jump into it.
I have one more thing too. At the very end. Maybe I'm wrong, but the marble bag, there's like a couple like jewels, right? That's what saves.
Duh, we forgot to say that's like the most important part.
Yeah, that's like the ending, the resolution. The big, like the rich guys come to have Mikey's dad sign off on his house, right? For them to turn it into the country club. And Rosalita finds Mikey's marble bag.
She's going through his jean jacket.
And she finds his marble bag. Yeah. And she says, no firme, no firme. And Math is like translating, don't sign. And they find the jewels. And they're like, oh my gosh, we can save. Like, our house is not going to be taken away. But, like, is that going to save everybody's house? Like, are these, like, I don't know. I feel like I had a lot of questions at the end.
Well, that's what they're implying. Yeah. I guess I don't know how much
the jewels
precious stones are worth, but maybe if there were some of those were diamonds, then maybe so. Yeah. I mean, they weren't like they were like kind of the poor people of that town anyway, so their houses probably weren't worth a fortune.
Yeah, sure.
So it very well might have been enough to save at least save enough houses that it wouldn't have been worth destroying the other houses because they can't build their country, their golf course. Yeah. So even if like 1 or 2 of the houses are like able to get paid off, if they're able to pay the bank off,
then they
can't build their golf course. So you can't destroy the other houses anyway.
Right.
Yeah, they don't go to the details again because again,
but it's a happy ending.
It's a happy ending. It's a kids movie, and it was produced by Steven Spielberg. It was directed by Christopher Columbus, who makes a cameo in the end.
It was Richard.
Oh, was it Richard? No, you're right. Chris Columbus wrote it with Richard Donner, and Richard Donner is directing it. Thank you.
And he has a cameo as the sheriff.
Richard Donner has a cameo as the sheriff. Yeah. One of the guys on the bikes. Yeah, on the ATVs.
Oh, yeah.
First discover the kids. So yeah, thank you for bringing up that. Yeah, it was an important part of the ending. So I forgot to mention that. Yeah. They get saved. So thanks to Rosalita finding the marble bag.
Yeah.
Yes. And so she also gets a little bit of a redemptive moment too. So, so yeah.
All right. So the fun facts.
Fun facts. Yeah. Okay. You want to kick it off?
Sure.
All
right. So according to Sean Astin, which is Mikey, he was allowed to keep the treasure map that was used in the film, but his mother, a couple years later, discovered it. And she thought it was a crinkled piece of paper, so she threw it out.
And fun fact: his mother is actually Patty Duke, who was a famous child actress. She either played in the original Parent Trap, or she was the TV version of the Parent Trap called. The Patty Duke Show. Was it the Patty Duke Show? Were they're cousins? Yeah, maybe that was it.
But moving on.
But she was a child actress, essentially, and pretty famous.
When the Fratelli brothers were arguing, Anne Ramsey, who played Mama Fratelli, was actually able to slap Robert Davi, and she was told to hit him as hard as she could. The pirate ship that they used was entirely real, and all the shots that were in the ship were really filmed in the ship. After the film, it was offered to anyone who would take it, but no one wanted it, so the ship was scrapped.
Crazy. Where was Planet Hollywood at this time, right? So, I used to work at Planet Hollywood in downtown Disney, and we had the SS Jenny from Forrest Gump and our moat around there. I mean, oh man, what a waste, right? What a great iconic piece of movie memorabilia that could have been. And if you go to the Bahamas, one of those islands of the Caribbean also has like the pirate ship from one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
So cool.
Just sitting in the water. So pretty cool stuff. Yeah, so Patty Duke was actually no, she was not in the Parent Trap. She was in
Patty
the
Duke show.
the Patty Duke show, which is basically a ripoff of the Parent
Yeah.
Trap. She plays identical cousins on it, which was one of my mom's favorite shows.
Yeah. Continuing with the pirate ship, the cast was actually not allowed to see the pirate ship before the scene was shot because the director, Richard Donner, wanted to catch their genuine reactions. Unfortunately, Josh Brolin, who played Bran, was so surprised that he used a little bit of profanity, and the scene
dropped an F-bomb.
The scene had to be reshot. Yeah. You want to continue?
Oh, sure. Okay. So the film was mostly shot in sequence. The total production took 5 months, which is pretty long for a movie.
Yeah.
Richard Donner, the gray-haired sheriff on the quads in the final scene. We mentioned that already. Robert Davi was a trained opera singer. We did mention that as well. The Goonies oath was cut, and it goes as followed. I will never betray my Goondock friends. We will stick together until the whole world ends through heaven and hell and nuclear war. Well, that's very 80s right there. Good pals like us will stick like tar in the city or the country or the forest or the boonies. I am proudly declared a fellow Goonie. Yeah.
Very sweet.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't like it?
Yeah, it's a little sugary, but whatever. It's fine. That's, it would have been fine if it stayed in the movie. Astoria proclaimed June 7th official Goonies Day on the 25th anniversary of the movie back in 2010. This is interesting. One-Eyed Willy's skull was made from real bone. Like, oof,
it's kind of weird.
Creepy. Yeah. Okay, we were talking. Jeff Cohen, who played Chunk, thought of his mother dying to generate tears during his confession scenes with the Fratellis. And we looked it up. His mom didn't actually die. He just thought of his mom dying, which is pretty morbid, right?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. That's what you came up with, huh? All right. Well, I guess it worked because, like I said, he kills it in that scene. So apparently also Jeff Cohen trivia, he got the chicken pox after he got the role of Chunk, and he showed up to the set anyway, afraid that they would have replaced him. Poor kid. So the real life banter between Joe Pantoliano and Robert Davi during their joint audition won them the role for the movie, and
they were great.
I mean, yeah. This is also creepy. Richard Donner kept both One-Eyed Willy's head and a model for the ship. Well, the model for the ship is
the real bone he kept. Yeah, kind of weird.
Yeah, a little morbid. Cyndi Lauper co-wrote the theme song for Goonies Are Good Enough and shot the music video that features a cameo by the film's executive producer Steven Spielberg. The 12-minute video basically tells the movie's story as a musical. Cyndi Lauper plays Cindy, a new Goonie recruit. The Bengals play pirates, and Andre Rene Roussimoff plays Sloth. I don't know who that is.
Me neither.
The child actors for the movie also appear in it. I never saw that. I saw the movie. I saw the video back when it was on MTV, but it wasn't like 12 minutes long. But the kids were in it. Yeah.
This is interesting right here.
Yeah. Okay, you read it.
All of the main characters are referred to by nicknames, which I didn't know. Their real names are rarely mentioned or not mentioned at all. So Mikey is Michael Walsh. Mouth is Clark Devereaux, very French. Data is Richard Wang, which I thought his real name was Data. Brand is Brandon Walsh. Chunk is Lawrence Cohen. Andy is Andrea Teresa Carmichael. Steph is Stephanie Steinbrenner. And Sloth is Lotney Fratelli. Lotney. So Sloth is a Lotney, huh? Yeah. Not a popular name. No. Keep going. Let's hear a few more. On the DVD commentary, Jeff Cohen claims that the confession of puking off the theater balcony is not based on anything in real life, but that's incorrect because the basis for the theater story was a real-life prank pulled by Steven Spielberg when he was growing up in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah. Lupe Ontiveros, who played Rosalita, was U.S.-born and spoke perfect English. We mentioned this earlier. She helped the scriptwriters with the translating scene, and she helped Mouth, Corey Feldman, learn the Spanish for the scene. So yeah. Cool. This is cool. The film was selected into the National Film Registry in 2017 for being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. Which, yeah, I agree. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I said, if I was given this movie a score just by my feelings, I mean, it would have been an A. Yeah, definitely. I love this movie. As much as I, ripped it apart a little bit during the critique, I still love the movie. It's really good. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. So I definitely think it's so culturally significant. It is. Especially. It is. In the final sequence, when the police and reporters are asking the kids, the octopus scene. So they left that line about the octopus, but they cut out the scene, so it's a little confusing.
It didn't sit well with me. Maybe if Chunk was the one who said it, it would have fit, because since he was known to be a pathological liar, but Data wasn't a liar.
Yeah, exactly.
So why do I have to?
I'll skip this one because we already mentioned the Baruch Ata Adonai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which you were.
Yeah.
So, this
is funny. So Richard Donner, the director, unintentionally starts giggling when they film the scene with Chunk starts crying. When the ice cream gets taken off him by Jake, and it was kept film. If you listen carefully, you can hear the director giggling off screen when Jake takes the plastic spoon off and Chunk starts to cry. Yeah. Here.
What was the one about the brothers that you told me?
Oh,
I don't know, but I never would have known that because I don't speak Italian.
I think it's later on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You want to continue?
Yeah, sure.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna just do a few more because we're where are we at on time? Like an hour, hour and 10 minutes.
I have stuff to cut still, so.
All right, whatever. But, it's not like we're doing this for the network or something. No, this is just our fun podcast. We can make it as long as we like, but we agreed we'd try to keep it around
an hour. Yeah.
All right, cool. So, so the swearing within the film is. Oh, this is interesting.
I actually noticed this.
The swearing within the film was deliberately and strategically placed so it can easily be drowned out by broadcasters who wish to remove it. If you watch closely, it often happens when there is a lot of background noise, like the police car chase at the beginning of the film, or when there is running water or another loud source or sound nearby. This way, the broadcaster can lose the profanity in the sound mix and it can cut a couple of seconds of footage without losing anything significant happening on the screen. Okay. John Matuzak, Sloth, is wearing a t-shirt of the Oakland Raiders, which is a team that he actually once played for.
That's really cool.
Here we go. I think I mentioned this earlier, but the late Corey Haim auditioned for the role of Mouth. But it was given to Corey Feldman instead. At the time, the two Coreys hadn't met, but they were later cast together in The Lost Boys and became best friends, starring in 6 more movies together, including License to Drive, which actually Feldman auditioned for the lead role in that, but it was given to Haim. But they're both in it.
Yeah.
Okay, the black and white movie that Mouth watches on his TV in the first scene is the car chase scene from Some Like It Hot.
Oh, I love this part because I speak Italian. But the last name of the villains, the antagonists, are Fratelli. And I think it's so funny when people refer to them as the Fratelli brothers because Fratelli means brothers. So it's like the brothers. And I just think that's so funny.
Yeah.
Because, like, what an obvious last name, you know? Like,
There's another funny thing that they do in the movie Three Amigos, which we're absolutely going
to have to review that one,
because we love it so much.
We do.
The main villain is called El Guapo, which is the handsome.
Yeah, and his sidekick.
This is the best part. His sidekick, his second in command, is called
El Jefe,
which means the boss.
So
makes no sense.
Yeah,
but I think
we love it.
I don't think it was an accident. I think it's intentionally funny. So I love this part here. During a March 2022 New York Magazine interview with Ki Hugh Kwan to promote his role in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, Kwan said that his entertainment lawyer is his Goonies co-star, Jeff Cohen, Chunk.
That's so cool.
So during a January 2023 Hollywood Reporter Actors Roundtable, Kwan said that it was Cohen who drew up his deal to appear in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. He's all grown now. He's an entertainment lawyer. He's my entertainment lawyer. So when the producer of our movie was trying to make my deal, he said he would never have imagined that he would have to talk to Chunk to get Data to be in his movie. Yeah, it was. It's also sweet. And like I said before, he mentions Cohen in his acceptance speech for his Oscar.
That's so
he
nice.
says, "My Goonies brother for life."
So
that's so awesome. Yeah, I love that. I love that so much. This was interesting. Spielberg is known to do these kind of things. He likes to put in little Easter eggs. So this movie came out, 4 weeks before Back to the Future?
Yeah, I believe so. They're like 4 weeks apart.
And Back to the Future, another Spielberg movie, which he actually directed this one. So the wall calendar scene about 10 minutes into the movie says October of 1985. And then about 6 minutes in the movie, mouth indicates that it's a Saturday. And the newspaper front page, seen around the 43-minute mark, is dated October 24th, 1985, which was a Thursday. All this would mean that the action takes place on Saturday, October 26th, 1985, which incidentally happens to be exactly the same day on which the events of the original Back to the Future took place.
That's really
very
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love that.
Always
Talk about
Spielberg.
attention to detail, right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this
oh
one's
yeah,
kind of sad.
yeah. You read this.
Yeah.
It's a little sad.
So Jeff Cohen, Chunk, felt embarrassed and did not want to do the truffle shuffle scene, as
Can't imagine why.
Yeah. I mean, so the look on his face when Mouth asked him to do it is genuine, and to make him feel more comfortable, Richard Donner actually had everyone clear the set for him to do it. So
well, that was nice.
That's sweet. Yeah.
He was actually the youngest. It's not in there, but he
Really?
was, out of all the kids, he was the youngest. Yeah, he was like 12 or something.
Oh,
12 or 13, and all the other kids were like 14 or 15. Yeah.
Oh, this is another sweet fact. Steven Spielberg and Richard Donner sent the boys to Dodger Stadium for the Jackson's Victory Tour that featured Michael Jackson, who visited the set.
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
I hope Michael Jackson didn't see the Prince wallpaper in
Mikey's room.
Mikey's bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to his autobiography, The Choreography, Corey Feldman and Martha Plimpton did not get along, which they didn't really in the movie either. So.
Yeah. Oh.
Also, a fun fact.
Art imitates life.
This was actually the debut film for Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Who wound up being the biggest actor in that movie.
In the movie, yeah.
Go figure.
Wow. You want to read this one about the pipes?
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. This would have even been worse. So remember, I was pooping on the pipe scene there. So it says in the original screenplay, there was a scene that was filmed but removed from the final film, in which the Goonies banging the water pipes accidentally cause zoo animals to escape, and two gorillas steal Troy Perkins' car and drive off in it. Oh, cringe.
So bad.
So cringe. So this scene later resurfaced along with the alternate ending of YouTube in 2020. Oh, okay. So anyway, I think that's
most of our facts, right?
Yeah, that about covers it.
Yeah, I think that's most of it.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go, folks. That was the Goonies, and that was our very first episode of Gen X Rewind.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed.
We really do.
And come back for more, because we were having fun doing it. We hope that you're having fun listening. Yeah. And yeah.
And listen, if you want to suggest a movie for one of the future episodes, please comment, and we'll certainly consider it.
Yeah. All
right. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm Matt.
I'm Allie.
And that was Gen X Rewind.
Next time.